I'm going to be sharing brand new products from Hero Art's What's Brewing release. Hey everyone, it's Joy here and welcome to my channel. Okay, so this is the coffee or tea stamp and coordinating die set. I have the Bring Coffee stamp set along with the color layering Delft floral stencil, and there's 3 stencils in this. And I am super excited to just announce that I am now going to be also working with Hero Arts, and I'm super excited about that. I do really love their stuff, so I can't wait to share these 2 cards. So for my first background, I am starting with just one. No, I'm lying. I'm going to do all 3 stencils, but I'm starting with the lightest color of ink. I am using salvaged patina, then I will use peacock feathers, and then uncharted mariner. These are all distress oxide inks that I'm using today. And for this background, both of my backgrounds are going to feel distressed, vintage, things like that, one more so than the other. So when I'm stenciling here, I am not trying to get a really good stenciled impression. I want this background to feel worn and aged. So as you can see, I am not stenciling, number one, I'm not stenciling the whole stencil. And then when I'm inking it, I am not being careful to get the full image of where I'm stenciling or inking through the stencil, if that makes sense. So now I'm going to do the next layer. These are numbered 1 through 3, and I'm just going to try to go back over where I can see I went before. So now I'm using peacock feathers. I might go over a little bit more in some other areas where I didn't have before or not as much, but that's part of that really worn, faded look that I'm going for. So let's get that 3rd stencil on here. Now I will be using Uncharted Mariner, and I'm just using my blender, my dome foam blender tool. And now I'm going to go with my darkest color. Okay, so now I've gone over those few little areas, and I'm trying to go darker in some, and so that's our background. I think it's so pretty with the blue and kind of teal blues. I love that. Then from the Bring Coffee stamp set, we've got our little coffee stains, you know, our little circular coffee cup stains, and I'm doing 2nd generation stamping, and I am using ground espresso. So I'm stamping off onto some scratch paper and then stamping onto my card panel here. This next circle, I did it in a 2nd generation, and then I thought I want it to be darker, so I'm going to come back in, re-stamp it, so essentially it would be just your original stamping or your 1st generation stamping. Then you have your little splats, your little dots, your little, I just love this. When I saw this stamp set, I just thought I just have to have it. And the sentiments are way too much fun. Although I did not use the sentiments on any of these 2 cards, it just didn't work for my layout. So I didn't use those, but I love all these other little images here. So again, 2nd generation stamping using an acrylic block. For something like this, when you want it to be imperfect, when you're doing 2nd generation stamping, it is so much easier to do it with an acrylic block than with a stamping tool. It's much faster, and you can just get in where you need to get in. And so I'm just adding all my little coffee spills, my little coffee splats on this background. And then we're going to get to some inking to get that a little more distressed. But I love this dark brown with those tealy lighter blues. I think it's so pretty. Now let me add this last little bit here. All these little details matter when you're finished with your whole card design. Visually, it's really, really pretty, because this is what's going to have a lot of detail, because the image in front of that is actually quite simple. We're going to use the coffee or tea mug. In my case, I am making it a coffee cup, but you could do a teacup and make it a teacup, and that would be really, really cute. So you just don't know you're done till you're done. because I just had no idea. And I'm just, from the beginning of, from the beginning of these card designs, I really didn't have an idea of what I was going to be doing. I just was going with it and then came out with my card design. Then I'm taking some vintage photo, going around the edges. I will go in just a little bit to kind of soften that white. I don't want it such a bright white. And then I will also bring back in the ground espresso a little bit darker around the edges, just in some of the areas. And I like how this looked. I think this looks really fun, vintagey. It almost feels like old, worn wallpaper, and I really like that look. Okay, so we've got that. Then let's bring in that ground espresso one more time, just dark in some of the areas. I'm just using little sponge daubers from scrapbook.com on my finger, and I think it's perfect. I feel like I have a lot of control, especially when I'm only trying to get it in certain areas, not everywhere, and they're small, so that's really nice too. Then I'm coming back in with the little dauber that has the vintage photo and going in a little bit further with that. Let's do some splatter with vintage photo as well. That's going to be a little softer than the stamping splatters that we made with the ground espresso, so it is going to look a little bit different. So I'm going to get that splattered in some areas. I don't need it everywhere. I'm more concentrating in the corners where I did some inking. More keeping it there a little bit in the center, but not really everywhere. Okay, let's work on our next background. Another A2 size piece of white mixed media cardstock. I am using Tattered Rose for this background. Now, I stenciled this really light, and I will say you don't have to stencil this first, because I have to stencil it again because I couldn't see it. So I would say stencil it darker in some of the areas. I'm stenciling the whole background, but I should have done darker for what I was going to do next, but I didn't realize it until I did it. So you could leave it off and then stencil the second time here in just a little bit. I am using Hero Arts Prose Bold Prints, inking that up with tea dye ink. And then I'm going to lay my card panel on top of it. Now, I did move my paper on here and it kind of smeared a little bit, which was totally fine for this card design, but I think when I was sliding my hands here, I slid it, and I was a little bummed, but I fixed it. So I'm going to take that same Bring Coffee stamp set and tea dye ink. I'm doing regular stamping here. I do a couple times some second generation stamping. What this kind of felt like was almost like an old newspaper by the time I was done with it, even though it's not in the color of a newspaper, it kind of felt like that to me. So once I'm done with all of this stamping, and I did speed this up just a little bit, I am going to use my distress sprayer. So it didn't matter that I kind of smudged some of that print, because I'm going to spray it anyways, which is going to kind of smudge some of the print, and it looks fantastic. So I'm really not unhappy that that kind of happened. So here I'm going to do second generation stamping a couple times, I think. And I love this background. I think it turned out great. So here I'm going to spritz it a little bit, let that water catch the Distress Oxide ink, move it around a little bit. I will use my heat tool, and I will kind of dab off some of the excess water, but I feel like it turned out great and I love it. Now I'm going to bring back in that stencil, and I believe this was stencil number 1, and I'm going to go back over those areas with Tattered Rose that I stenciled before and make it a little bit darker because it just got lost. So now you can see that. Vintage photo around the edges. And I do trim both of my card panels down to 4 by 5 1/4. I think is what I did. And so, yeah, so I made that a little bit smaller. That way I can have a nice mat around the edge. I took the die from the coffee or tea die set because there is a coordinating stamp, but I'm going to use this 2 different ways. So I didn't stamp it. I'm just going to use the die. And now we're going to actually use all 3 of the stencils together on this background. So I'm starting with spun sugar, then I will use worn lipstick and saltwater taffy. So I'm going to stencil from stencil 1 to 3 on this teacup, because this is where we're really going to see that fun, beautiful stenciled pattern. Here is that saltwater taffy, and then worn lipstick is our darkest one. And I will do that one here in just a second. Look at how pretty that looks. Oh, it's so pretty. It looks like really, really pretty china. And it would be really pretty with those blues as well. So I've got that, I'm getting that lined up, tape that in place, and then come in with my darkest and do the final stenciling on this. Now, I did die cut and ink blend some florals. It's called Floral Stems from Spellbinders. I believe it was Simon Hurley's release. And I just used these same pinks to ink blend those. I didn't do it on camera because they're just flowers that you ink blend and put together. Super quick and easy. And then I brought in for the leaves bundled sage and shabby shutters. I'm adding a little bit of that tea dye around the edge of this just to give it a little bit of old aging. Now I'm going to stamp my other, now this will be the coffee cup, so I'm going to use the stamp for that coordinating dye that we just used. I'm going to ink that up with black ink. And we're going to do some Copic coloring really quick on here. So this is going to go on that blue background. So I am using BG 15, 49, and 09 for the coffee mug. For the coffee inside, I will use E49, 59, and 57. So I'm starting with that lightest color of BG 15, and then I have BG, this might be 09. I think this is the darkest. And then BG 49 will be the medium color. And I am going to go over this a couple times. This is just how I color. I like to bring in all my colors one time, and I feel like when I go through it the second time, I get a really nice blend. So this is BG09. I'm so sorry. The one before that was BG49. So that's my darkest. I'm adding some really nice dark shadow areas. I will actually bring out that BG49, which is the medium color. I'll bring that more of that out. And then I'm going to come back in with that light color and start blending again. So the BG15, I'm going to go over the edges, and you can see how that's starting to give a really good blend. And then let's bring in that darkest color again, adding some shadow areas because it did get a little bit blended out. And then you can be a little more detailed, a little more refined of where exactly you want that to be. And I think, yeah, so I think that looks great. I was going to grab my browns because I totally forgot to bring those over. I am so sorry. And we are going to make our coffee. So I'm going to start with the darkest there. I want to add some little areas that look like ripples. Then we have our medium color. Go over that and leave some light areas for our lightest color. And then we have our cute coffee. Now, I did not use that tea tag there, so just ignore that. I ended up not using that on my teacup. Then I'm splattering some vintage photo just on the coffee cup to give that a little bit of something because it was just a little too clean for that background. And I use the coordinating die to die cut that out. I'm edging my backgrounds with my scissors, just giving that, I'm edging. I'm distressing the edges is what I meant to say. And then I'm stamping in my Misty, and I did speed this up a little bit. I'm stamping the sentiments from the Brewing. Nope, I did not use the Brewing coffee stamp set. I used the coffee or tea stamp set, and I will use the coordinating sentiment dies for that. So I have thanks a latte for being a good friend. And then for the teacup, it says you warm my heart. And I can't wait for you to see what I did with the teacup. It's really super cute with the flowers that I was talking about. So I'm inking that up with black ink. Like I mentioned, I'm going to use the coordinating dies. I love coordinating dies for sentiments. I say this all the time. It makes me very happy. But then you have to get the right coordinating die for the sentiment. And I just kept grabbing the wrong ones. It was so silly. So I'm going to tape that in place with my mint tape and then run that through my die cut machine. Now I want to add a cute little heart to this mug here from my stamp set. And I did that with a ground espresso, and then we can start putting these cards together. These will be adhered to a white A2 size card base, which measures 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And I'm just getting my first little layout here. I'm going to add some foam adhesive. This is 2mm foam adhesive. behind the coffee cup and the sentiment. This is going to have the 2 sentiments, and I love that the sentiment itself is curved for that coffee cup. Okay, let's get our sentiments on here. So foam adhesive behind that, of course. And then I opted for not adding foam adhesive behind this sentiment. So I'm just going to use some liquid glue and place that down there at the bottom. I think it's so cute. I love it. Okay, so here are those flowers that I'm talking about. And again, I have everything listed and linked for you guys below down in the description, but I just ink blended those with the colors of inks that I mentioned, and I am going to adhere them inside of this coffee cup. I know sometimes I see people planting little tiny plants or little succulents inside of teacups. That's what I meant to say, teacups, not coffee cups. And I just thought that would just be such a cute idea for this one. It looks like that, like pretty china, and that you would maybe not want to drink out of it. Maybe you want to use it where you can see it all the time, and you'd plant a little tiny plant in it. So that was my idea for the flowers. And this sentiment says, "You warm my heart," which I thought was perfect for a teacup. And I'm going to put that in place right there. Let me get this last little guy glued down. Okay, let's take a look at these up close. I have to say, I love this What's Brewing collection. This is not everything from the collection, but I love it. I think it's a great collection. And again, I'm so happy that I get to be working with Hero Art. So thank you, Hero Arts. And thank you guys so very much for stopping by and watching. I hope that you enjoyed these cards, and I hope you guys have an amazing day.